Greetings and welcome back, one and all, to Stellaris, and of course to the Blood Moon Coven, where we are faced with, honestly, it's a painful decision. It's the right decision, but making it is going to be painful. We are, of course, in a war against the Feral Sovereignty, who were pulled into the war by us attacking the Confederation of Reshler. Now, our hope was to vassalize the Confederation of Reshler and also take Firis, which would guarantee our wormhole station there. However, unfortunately, despite an initial good push by the majority of the Carrion Swarm into the Feral space, destroying key locations, a couple of strategic mining outposts, just generally trying to hit their economy where we could using guerrilla tactics. A prolonged battle for Aavak inevitably occurred. And whilst we have ultimately won that fight, we're about to lose it again. They've just been sending reinforcements upon reinforcements upon reinforcements, just, bringing to bear the strength of their empire. That is, that it is much bigger than us and it has had time to build up a lot more. As I said right at the beginning of I think, episode 18 now, we couldn't afford to have a head-on army against army fight, because we would lose. We would lose in numbers, we would lose in technology. And that is effectively what has happened in the skies above Aavak. The space around Aavak is just littered with the broken husks of starships. And a 3K fleet is about to bear down on us. All we have is combined less than, okay, about a K, but realistically not really. They've got shields. This is a fight that we can't win. So, whilst we have the advantage, and we do have the advantage in the war, despite everything that's gone on, we have a war score of 30. 6 from occupying the remaining Rashla planet, 24 from space battles. The Feral Sovereignty have managed to win 2 space battles. That was largely due to my distraction, and I'm just going to put that down to the Defense Council being, reasonably focused on, trying to protect the home world. 2 fleets were left without specific guidance. They didn't have their own admiral, unfortunately. We didn't have enough leaders to be able to give each of the wings their own admiral, so they were left to do the best they could, and the best they could, honestly, let us win the war for Aavak. Aavak was saved, if this all works out the way I think it's going to, by the fact that those fleets heroically used themselves as bait. They could have fled, of course they could have fled. I'm fairly certain we actually have faster engines than the Feral do. But instead, they plotted their course. They remained threatening enough that this fleet took this long to get to Aavak. If it had been here one battle earlier, that is the time that it took to deal with a tiny little group of ships that couldn't possibly have posed any threats realistically. It was basically a speed bump. That's all it was to this fleet. If it hadn't been for those 2 speed bumps it had to go through, it would have been here in time to have joined the fleet that was already fighting around Aavak. But we are going to have to sue for peace. We're going to have to try for a white peace. Based on our score so far of plus 26, unfortunately, the length of the war, we haven't been at war for very long, and the relative navy strengths, they have a bigger navy. But despite that, they'd be willing to accept a tie right now. And I'm going to try. So, sue for peace. I'm going to have to unpause it, and hopefully it doesn't result. Oh no, they haven't gone for it. Oh, wow, okay. Or perhaps, oh no, wait. Did they go for it? Peace officer. Very well, Dappling. Let us end this war in the spirit of reconciliation. Oh no, that's not how I'm ending this war. I feel that you do need to understand this. This is basically me just buying time so I can build up. So many bad things on their way. Missiles. So many missiles. Okay. Bearing that in mind in future, we need to redesign our fleet. This is going to hurt. Transport Fleet 6 was forced to return to Gamma Weiping from Enderlang because it is within the borders of the Confederation of Rashla. Okay, so basically our ships over there, our occupation force, have left the planet and are forced to return. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Go ahead, return to Salus Secundus, land there. Wow. Okay. No access transfer. Blah, 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 blah. Was forced to leave. Admiral Roro has leveled up. Fantastic, Admiral Roro. Let's hope you don't die with this massive volley of missiles on its way to you. Our missiles look piddly compared to their missiles. This makes me sad. Oh, are we going to lose anything? Yes, we lost one ship. Ah, you scallywags, you. Well played, I suppose. But we're alive. I think that's cause for celebration. Again, all of the brave, dappling warriors who fell upon those many starships that fell both around Aavak Prime and also the wings that gave their lives in order to delay this fleet from arriving, thus winning us Aavak Prime, or rather securing Aavak Prime from defeat. Well done. We would bury you, but your corpses are actually in enemy territory, so that I will hold a lovely service. There'll be like a monument built and everything. It'll be great. It'll be this really kind of flush black monolith, perfect dimensions. It maybe one day will eat a planet and turn it into another star. Eventually, we'll have to work on the AI for it first, but you know it's going to be grand. You're going to have a great legacy. But look at all of this. This is Firal technology, or at least some of it is. I think we're going to be learning from that. Now, there are lots of things that we need to do. Prime Swarm is currently in Midna. The two ships, they're getting healed. We want you to go ahead there, start getting healed. We lost a lot. And I think we need a redesign, honestly. There's a lot of stuff that we're going to have to do on the basis of this. But, for now, I want these ships. Let's actually look. 6 maintenance. They're only costing us marginally less than a colony. So it is time for you to get out there and start colonizing. What have we got here? This is... what kind of word is it? It's a continental world. That's not one that... can we? Oh, actually, no, we can. We can go continental worlds. Okay. Corkboard has already been... oh, has Corkboard not been... no, Corkboard is one of ours. I'm thinking. No, never mind. It is... where are you? Pinpointer, and then the star was Corkboard. Ah, I recall now. Okay, well, we're going to start sending out our ships. Zachary, you're going to go and colonize Corkboard 3. Where you're going to land on Corkboard 3, I have not yet decided. Best place I would say is probably here. It's going to get rid of one science, but it'll eventually give access to 2 fields, and... well, that being said, maybe not. Could go down here, honestly. It's not going to give us as many adjacency potentials, but I think it'll be fine. No, it'll be there. Right, that is one ship. Phobia. Where are we going to send you? Thinking we could send Phobia down here. This is Desert World. Yep. So Phobia, you're coming here. Let's get you colonizing there, please. This one's not as good of a place. Though this is probably one of the... although it's going to restrict my adjacency bonuses, these are good adjacencies for a main ship. Now, Diedrich. I wish I could tell what colonists were on this. Who do we have on you? I guess it doesn't matter. It does matter though. That's the problem. Is the Diedrich? I think I'm gonna have to scrap the Diedrich because it's full of people who are only going to be comfortable inhabiting a cold environment. So yeah, we're just gonna have to disband this one. We've kept it going for so long, but it has to be disbanded at this point. Now we've got a construction ship at Twilight. I would like this construction ship down here in Nate Palace because we are in desperate need of a new wormhole. So let's go ahead, build a wormhole there. Oh, there was already one there, damn it. Okay. What have we got going up here? Looks like we're already building a wormhole station there. Very well, we don't need another one. Okay, well, I think that's good enough. We're going to spread out, hopefully get a couple more systems. As this one starts to spread and reach across there, eventually we're going to claim that one, I suspect. And that will be glorious for us. How I wish I could grab hold of you for the 6 minerals. There's a couple of places I wouldn't mind taking, honestly. There's this one. I really wouldn't mind taking this one. Okay. Go ahead. I can sacrifice the resources for a frontier outpost there, and it's going to annoy them a little bit more, which pleases me. Okay. Right. Well, as I was mentioning, we're going to need to work on some things. First and foremost, though, Pinpointer is starving. What's wrong, Pinpointer? Other than the fact you don't have food. I mean, you know, obviously that's wrong. Right. Well, is there anything we can get rid of? Yes, there is. Let's go ahead and... you know what? Yeah, we'll clear that one. Then we'll build a farm there. Repairs complete. Very good. Glorious Trump has leveled up. Well done, you. But that's going to take a little while. Ooh. Gas grazers, never mind. That's not something we are really that concerned about. But we have now bounced around. So we still need to take this. We need to get into that system. It needs to happen. Sooner or later, it needs to happen. Right, you can go ahead and jump over there.
Evading hostile fleet.
Someone is evading a hostile fleet. What have we got? Alien menace. Where is it? Okay. Well, the carrion swarm would be the better one to go and deal with that then. Go ahead and lock horns over there, carrion swarm. And then we'll go ahead and build everything we need. Now, I am going to be reviewing our defensive structures. There is a benefit to having the warp snare. But I don't think that the main defensive structure that is sitting around our planet is it. I don't think we want to pull things directly onto our planets. I want things to have to advance to us through a hail of fire before it arrives. Also, if something is trying to reinforce a fleet that is attacking my home planet, I don't want to just bring them straight to the fight. I want them to have to spend time crossing my system to get there. So, as much as this is nice because it prevents things from jumping out using emergency FTL, let's think. We've got... I'm wondering about the positioning of these. For example, we've got this one here. Where could I place another one? For example, if I selected you and I wanted to build, or whatever, I could build you within this area. I wonder how big the area of a minefield is, because if I could get it such that if something were at the planet, it would be within the zone of multiple stations attacking it. That would be glorious, but I really am not certain about that. I've got to be honest. I'm not at all certain about that one. We'll have to see. But the first thing I want to do is I do want a defensive station that is built with mines in mind. So a defense station, we're going to go for... I want something that can handle... let's see... Well, we'll worry about that a second. We've got mines there, scanners there, that's fine. I do like the idea of having a hangar wing, because these can be particularly dangerous. This is strike craft, armor penetration, shield penetration. These are amazing for just wiping out shields. So yeah, we'll have one there. In fact, we're going to have a second one as well. Let's go ahead and set that up. So now we're going to be doing... Oh, actually, that's not quite where I was expecting to go. Let's change that to something else then. Yeah, let's go for mediums. I want the station to be doing quite a lot of damage. Oops. hangar, please. There we go. Now, as for our medium weapons, I'm thinking we want, honestly, point defense, since they have actually got a lot of missiles. Let's go ahead and set this up so that it can help us out with anti-missiles. There we go. And then we could either go for missiles ourselves or something like the plasma accelerator. Armor penetration, I mean, it's nice. It's got a reasonable range. That one's got a better range. Or the railguns. The railguns would be good at tearing through shields as well, but they are less accurate. Whereas the plasma accelerator is quite accurate. Now we're going to go with the plasma accelerators. There we go. Right, now we're going to need an awful lot of energy. We have a look at the power generated here. That is fine. That'll give me 120 actually, so go for a large. That'll give me 80, 160, which gives us then a little bit of shielding that we can start putting on if we have more large power. That would be quite nice. Let's go for 2 of these. And then we just need a little bit of extra power. There we go. And then we'll fill this up. Well, we could fill it out with more armor. I feel that shields are easy to set up and take down. So if we go with armor instead, though it's getting significant diminishing returns as we build that up. So how about this instead? We need to find 60 points. Shouldn't be too hard. There we go. So it's got a bit of armor. It's got a lot of shields. 20% armor, 600 shields. It can shoot down incoming missiles. Anything fighting for a prolonged period of time in its area of effect is going to sustain a lot of damage because the mines are just going to keep stacking and stacking and stacking. This is going to try and just neutralize enemies. These strike craft are going to be great because they're plus 100% to shield penetration. Okay, we are going to be naming this the Toast Fairy. What a fantastic name for a defense station, I must confess. We will be keeping the 013. There's definitely a place for the 013. Though I do possibly want to set it up a little bit different. We've got a medium station there. How about keeping this one a medium as well? Make this one... Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we'll go with... We won't have the strike craft on this one. We'll go all out for Decker. And... missile on the insides. Go with railguns perhaps here. And the energy siphons. This does not have a means to defend itself against point defenses though, which is a bit of a pain. So we'll set that up so it's got at least a little tiny bit of option against point defense. Sorry, against missiles. And set these up. Go and see what we can do insofar as the shielding. Sure, 800 shields, only 15% on the armor, but it's quite a potent station. Now this one would probably be operating a little bit further out the way. I'm thinking of this. So 013, we won't be changing the mark. Now, I actually really like changing the names of the mark on a station or a ship, just to show how many iterations I've gone through. But someone has pointed out that this may actually be the cause of why some designs kind of upgrade in odd ways. So for now, we're just going to upgrade the design as we go. So there we go. The 013, was it the 013? It might have been. Yeah, the 013 and the Toast Fairy have been set up. We are going to need to look into our corvettes. currently, I'm fairly happy with this here, but I do feel that knowing that they have got a lot of missiles, I do want to set up some extra point defense here. So I'm going to drop in a point defense. It's going to drop the overall damage potential of this ship quite a lot. But I think it will be worth it in the long run. Now that's giving me 20, this will give me 15, so that's fine. We'll go with that. There we go. That will help me against those annoying little wasps with the missiles. Alright, so the Fae, we're going to delete the mark. I know. It makes me sad too. So the Fae's got an upgrade. It's going to be dealing with point defense from now on. Now that we know that we have got a sizable enemy that will be hurling missiles at us. Sebastian, you're not going to be set up with point defense. You are specifically going to be a missile. I could go with the energy siphon since it would match the missile's range. Well, not quite, but no, I think going for the energy siphon does still make sense. The plasma accelerator is nice, but 4.87 at what range? 30. You know what? No, we're going to put the plasma accelerator there, and then this there. This is just pure DACA here. We are going to need to upgrade the cold fusion reactor. Oh, we can't. Drat. A little bit too much power needed there. Alright. Perhaps if we drop this, would that reduce the power? No. Damn it. That is a bit of a shame. So I really would like that. I guess one of the shields is going to have to be a lower level. It's just a deflector then. Does drop our shield quite a lot. It's a fairly vulnerable ship now, but still it should do okay. So we'll save that design, and then we're going to get rid of this bastion. There we go. Now, I'm not going to spend the entirety of this episode redesigning things. That is just the main things I wanted to get done. We're going to be replacing and having a mine station over these areas.
Research complete.
Maybe not here with Twilight, since it's already got something, which is kind of a pain. Maybe I'll actually decommission you in order to replace it. I don't know. That is quite annoying, though. That is very annoying. We'll have to see. But definitely over Aavak, we're going to be getting a Toast Fairy station set up. That sounds so silly, but also so funny. Alright, how's everything going over here?
Hostile fleet.
Everything seems to be going okay. That one's going to be joining you, and you're going to have to evade. Right, we need new engineering research. What have we got? We've got the fortresses. Nah. Or we can go with the cruisers. I think we all know what I'm going for.
Complete.
Yeah. About time.
Hostile fleet.
Okay, Pinpointer has finished some work over here. Fantastic. We are going to be building straight away a hydroponics farm. Now, it does mean that we're going to be losing the minerals from that tile, but in my opinion, that is perfectly worth
System
it.
survey
There
complete.
we go. I wouldn't mind clearing some more of the room there, and we'll place down something that will increase people's
Hostile
happiness a
fleet
bit.
engaged.
Okay, let's have a quick look. There we go. Let's see how this goes down. No, it shouldn't do too badly. They are slowly working their way through some of the shields, but other than that, this is definitely our fight. Research complete! Psionic theory. Fantastic. We've now got psi troops. Manifest destiny. Border range plus 20%. Yes! Absolutely yes. In every possible way, yes. There we go. And this enemy is gone. Fantastic. You can go and deal with them as well then. Now we've got one ship that has finished some research. Azathoth, I desperately need you down here. We've got a lot of stuff we need to research. Eventually, we're also going to be having the 3D Scorpions coming down here. In fact, let's queue up a couple of researches each. Azathoth, you can take those, Azathoth, and then 3D Scorpions. can take these ones, and we'll see if I need to adjust that later. There we go. Perfect. Right, well, these will be researched quickly, I hope. Let's increase speed now. We've got quite a lot of resources there, actually. Okay, you to help me out. I would love it if you could build me a toast fairy. Now.
Colony established.
Let's see about building the toast fairy. You know what? We'll build it over. We'll build it close enough. But there will be good.
Debris analyzed.
Oh, let's pause this for a moment. Okay, this is the declaration of war. Oh no! They've decided to go against us. Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible. Okay. Too many planets. We have more planets under our direct control than we can effectively manage. And missing war demands. We are at war and have not yet set our demands. Alright. I'm going to set our war demands at something fairly simple. Something that we should be able to claim early on. I could get them to liberate those planets. Or I could ask them to give us a planet. Which one was the one that we needed? I think it was Ferris, but it's going to cost us too much. Let's have a look at... No, we will go for a seed. A liberate. Go ahead and liberate Tigra. That's my war demands. Set demands. Alright. They're not going to accept it. Length of war minus 48. Relative naval strength 17. We haven't even begun to rebuild. And perhaps I should have been rebuilding that. Right, here's what we've got. Ripper cannons, shields, space torpedoes, ceramo metal materials, UV lasers, physics research, and engineering research. So quite a lot of things there. But we desperately right now need to start punching them in the face. They still have yet to rebuild a lot of their structures through here, so we might be able to just punch through. Okay, well, it's time for us to immediately start jumping in and causing a bit of trouble for them. Want to draw their fleets away from Aavakis while Aavakis and Midna start work desperately on rebuilding our fleets. So, let's go to the spaceport. Immediately, I want a mixed fleet. Let's go for... Let's say for every... we'll take... 2 or 3 phase for every 2 Sebastians. Yeah, 3 phase for every 2 Sebastians per destroyer in the group, just to try and maintain some sort of diversity there. Down here, I would kind of like to give up certain planets. Let's have a look. We've got Wang Tong. What a fantastic naming planet that is. Now the issue here is I actually forget which colony ship colonized both of these planets, but that's something I can check in the video. It won't be too hard. So in the next episode, we'll come back and these planets will be renamed according to the colony ship that I sent to colonize them, and I'll also set up the sectors at that point as well. But we are pulled once again into a war that is going to be difficult for us to fight. Their relative naval strength is gigantic. This will be hard for us. I'm going to have to hope that Aavakis can get its station up and running pretty swiftly, and that we can also get a bit of a jump on research here, but we're going to need a lot of armies on Aavakis Prime, I fancy. Like a lot of armies. Let's go ahead and recruit some more. Yeah, Dapplings are going to be the better army, I imagine. Yes. Yeah, they're just flat out the better army. So we'll continue to gather some. We're going to need an army leader here as well. So I'm going to have to look into that. But that'll all be for the next episode. hopefully the next episode isn't one of the last. We have definitely poked the bear, but I remain confident that we can get out of this, that we can at least tie up the Feral sovereignty and perhaps wangle some sort of diplomatic aid from other empires who wouldn't mind a slice of the Feral pie. But that will have to be seen in the next episode. I hope you've enjoyed this one and will be joining me for the next. As ever, any feedback is welcome down in the comment section below, and a like on the video lets me know you want to see more Stellaris in the future. But until then, do take care, everyone.